Hi everyone, welcome back. So I am going to be covering Secret Project 3, which just came out. Yumi and the Nightmare Painter. I really pushed myself to get this review out and finished, and it worked out because honestly I couldn't put the book down. I probably just finished it maybe like 15 minutes ago, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little tired because I couldn't stop, and it's like I feel like my head's all like foggy or something because I just kept reading. But I want to give you a review. You're kind of mainly getting first impressions. I did write a little bit of stuff down here because I don't want to get into spoilers or anything. I just want to give you a little bit about what this book's gonna look like, what I thought of it, and I'm gonna say, I'll probably give it 5 out of 5. I really did like it. I guess it's hard to say if I liked it better than Tress, but I read this one quicker than I did Tress. I couldn't put this one down. I had to finish it. I just had to finish it. I almost didn't sleep last night because I just really wanted to keep reading it. And it's hard to compare the two books because Tress is so different, and it's like they're both really good, and I can see myself rereading both of them. So it's hard to say if I like this one better or not because they're both just so unique to where I can't really be like, oh, well, this one was better. But I liked both for what they were. They were both just really good. Obviously, I like this better than Secret Project 2. I did not like Secret Project 2. So going into this, I was really nervous. I really was, because after Secret Project 2, I was very skeptical, and I was very let down, and I was concerned about the other ones because I'm like, crap, what did I get into? What is this going to be? So I was nervous, and I guess that worked out because then my expectations weren't as high as they were after Tress, and so I felt like I was able to just enjoy this one, go with a fresh start. I wasn't going in there like, I expect this one to be amazing, but it ended up being good, which is great. But yeah, so I was a little nervous, and I will say at the beginning, at first, I felt like my nerves were founded because I did not really like the first couple pages. I didn't like the tone of the book. It felt very sarcastic, and I was like, what is going on? The descriptions were weird. It was almost like the narrator was trying to describe the world by also referring to other worlds, and it felt like almost like our own world or something. So it felt like this weird like fantasy reality clash, and I was having a hard time knowing what was being described. That got better once I realized it was Hoid describing everything, and this was also a Cosmere planet. And I was like, oh, okay, I'm understanding what's going on now. I went into all these Secret Project books without knowing anything in advance. I did not look at any of the descriptions on them. I didn't really watch any of the videos coming out about them. I wanted to just read them just to see, if I liked them or not, because I trust Sanderson's writing. I figured I'd like it. So I just went into them. But yeah, once I realized it was Hoid as a narrator again, I was like, okay, I get the tone. I get what's going on. And that helped. That really did. And it got better. So he is narrating it, but it's not like it being narrated as it was in Tress, because Hoid was also in Tress. Hoid is more so in this book as kind of like an observing party. He's not directly interacting with the story at all. But he is able to understand, and he's aware of what's going on with the characters. The main interaction with Hoid is mainly just you're getting little tidbits of his thoughts here and there, and you are getting interactions with his cryptic friend Design. So she's in there a lot. She's actually a character in there, and I liked her, but she did a good job as her character. But he's not exactly involved, especially as he was with Tress. So you're just getting a little bit of his points of view every once in a while, where he'll just put in this little snide remark or something, but he's not influencing the story at all. But the story is following these two main characters, Yumi and Painter, who is his name is Nikaro. But his name, he goes by Painter, which is kind of a name and a job title. But this book, the whole book is mainly character driven around these two characters. You're getting their points of view as told through Hoyd, which is kind of interesting. But it's following these two characters, it's switching their point of views through the chapters. And this is just a very character-driven story. And that's why I think I just read it so quickly. It wasn't like I liked the world, I liked the plot, but it was just these character interactions that I just wanted more of. So if you really like these character-driven stories, you will definitely like this. And it has more of a relationship drawn out to where it's this forced proximity kind of relationship going on. So that's more so what this is following. But the world building is, of course, unique, as you know, everything Sanderson does with these worlds. It was something I've never seen before. But Painter's world is where nightmares come alive. His world is surrounded by this shroud of darkness where nightmares emerge. They're corporeal. And so the world is dark, but there are lights that run across it, and it kind of, provides all the light and almost like an electricity kind of thing. I don't know. I was a little confused by some of this. But the colors are mainly like a magenta and a teal kind of look, which kind of matches the cover of the book. But Painter, as his title and name kind of imply, is he paints, but he paints these nightmares, and he tries to paint them into the shape that they should be, and as such it makes them take on that shape, and usually they'll return back to the shroud. So it's kind of an interesting premise. This book is very art driven, and so it was interesting kind of seeing how that worked. I don't know, it was just kind of interesting. And then Yumi's world, she is just this highly revered young girl who can summon the spirits of the world, but she does it through stacking rocks. That was another interesting kind of, these were both very odd kind of jobs that they have, but they're very important in both their worlds. So, but she uses these, when she summons these spirits, then she doesn't ask them to help the people around the villages. She kind of asks the boon of them. So it was just interesting. But both characters are kind of more isolated in their own worlds, either by choice or by their position. And their worlds collide together, and they are forced to live in each other's worlds, and they're switching each day, and they're learning to live in each other's world through their forced proximity. So that's what it made this book so interesting to me, is getting to see them interact with each other's worlds and with each other. They're both extremely different characters, and so it was fun to get to read that. So the concept of this book is just very fascinating, very unique. And I don't want to go too much more into it, because I just wanted to give you a good overview of what it's about and what I liked. I definitely liked the character interactions. The characters aren't necessarily my favorite personalities, but it worked very well. And they seem like characters you might not exactly like, because they don't seem the most likable of characters, but you end up liking them with their flaws, because they are very flawed characters, and it makes it very, very well done. So I definitely recommend this, especially if you did not like, if you did like and didn't like Secret Project 2, I think you're going to like this book. Keep your hopes up, even if you were skeptical over Secret Project 2 like I was, because this one was definitely well done, and I was very happy with it. I am definitely going to, reread this at some point, and I'm really excited to see the hardcover of it, because there are a lot of pictures in it, and I really want to see what they look like in their colored form and everything. So I'm really excited to see what that's going to look like. But yes, I am so excited that I got to present this review to you, and I hope you get to pick it up and enjoy this book as much as I did.